When you think of Africa, what comes to mind? Is it those vast, sweeping savannas, the incredible wildlife? It's a place that just screams adventure. But turning that dream into a safe, truly unforgettable trip takes some serious planning. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why a professional outfitter is the absolute key to unlocking that once-in-a-lifetime safari.
Seriously, just picture it for a minute. Majestic lions strolling through the tall grass, huge elephants moving across the plains, ancient tribes carrying on their traditions. This isn't something you just watch on a nature show. It's an experience you can have for real, right there in the heart of it all. This is the magic that pulls so many people to Africa. But here's the thing, that same wildness that makes Africa so captivating also comes with real dangers. The line between an amazing adventure and a really bad day can be incredibly thin. This is where the dream meets the hard reality, and where having a professional guide is, well, it's not just a good idea, it's essential. So, it's one thing to say it's dangerous, but what does that actually mean? What are the real, on-the-ground challenges you'd be up against out there? Let's dive into exactly what a professional outfitter helps you handle. The difference is really night and day. When you go with a pro, you've got a whole support system, security teams, medical staff on standby, and vehicles built specifically for that terrain. Without that, a tiny mistake around a wild animal can turn deadly fast. And then there's the legal stuff. It's a maze of complicated laws that change from country to country. A pro gets all your permits sorted out way in advance, while trying to do it yourself could land you with massive fines. And finally, the gear. A pro has everything from the right firearms to satellite phones, while going it alone means you might not even have a reliable way to get around.
Of course, a huge question for a lot of people is the impact on the animals. And that's where this idea of sustainable hunting is so important. Look, reputable outfitters aren't just out there randomly. This is a very carefully managed conservation practice. The focus is only on species with healthy, strong populations. And a big chunk of the money from these hunts goes directly back into protecting the more endangered species and supporting the local communities who, let's be honest, are the true guardians of these lands. Okay, so we've established why you need a professional, but what does that really get you? What's included? Well, it's a totally all-inclusive experience that handles every single detail, and it goes way, way beyond just the hunt.
Just think of it as your entire adventure, completely managed from start to finish. We're talking everything. Flights, airport transfers, where you're going to stay. You get expert local guides and trackers who know that land like the back of their hand. All your gear is provided, weapons, GPS, first aid, you name it. And these trips are super flexible. You can go for a single day or a multi-week epic. It even includes things like authentic visits with tribes like the Maasai or the San. Now for the fun part. With all the logistics taken care of, you can actually focus on the experience itself. Africa is just unbelievably diverse, and a good guide can open up this whole world of possibilities that are perfectly tailored to what you want to do and see. And every destination is completely different. You've got Tanzania. That's kind of the classic hunter's paradise. For something totally different, there are the huge, vast deserts of Namibia. If you're looking for more comfort and modern infrastructure, South Africa is probably your best bet. Zimbabwe is world famous for its massive elephants, and Botswana is known for its super regulated conservation-first approach. But here's something that might actually surprise you. The modern safari has really evolved. A trip to Africa today isn't just about the hunt anymore. It's about this much richer, much broader experience of the entire continent. I mean, the options are incredible. You could do a trip that's purely about photography, just getting those perfect wildlife shots. You can arrange for a really deep cultural immersion with local tribes. There are all these other adventures too, like hiking through jungles or boating on rivers. And of course, you get to taste all this amazing African food with flavors you just can't find anywhere else. All right, so you're on board. You see what's possible. Now comes the most critical step. How do you actually pick the right outfitter to make it all happen? Let's walk through the practical steps to making that final call. And yeah, before we get into that, let's just address the elephant in the room, or maybe the impala, depending on your budget. It's the big question that's on everybody's mind. What is this actually going to cost me? So here's the thing. Yes, the prices can vary a lot. It depends on the country, the animals, how luxurious you want to go. But with a good, reputable company, that money is an investment. Every single dollar is accounted for. It goes directly into your safety, your comfort, and into building an experience that's a perfect fit for whatever your budget is. To make this super practical for you, here is a 5-point checklist you can use for any outfitter. First, experience. How long have they been doing this? A long track record is usually a good sign. Second, reviews. What are other travelers saying? That's your best source of honest feedback. Third, Permits. Are their licenses up to date for that specific region? Don't just take their word for it. Fourth, services. Do they offer crucial things like travel insurance? And last but not least, transparency. A good company will give you a clear, itemized list of costs with absolutely no hidden fees. Okay, just a few final tips to make sure your trip is everything you want it to be. The number one rule, always, listen to your guide. Their expertise is what keeps you safe. Make sure you bring the right gear, and always respect the local laws and customs. Go in with an open mind, because this is an adventure, not just a hunt. And most important of all, just enjoy every single second of it.
So, as you can see, a modern African safari is so much more than you might have thought. It's a journey that dives deep into nature, into culture, and even into conservation. It's a true adventure, planned with total precision and safety. The only question left to ask is, what will your journey look like?